Marilyn Monroe's death was officially ruled a probable suicide, but more than 60 years later, a cold case investigator looked at the scene again, and he found red flags, very few photos, a poorly documented room, an empty pill bottle, no suicide note, and questions that never fully disappeared. This is Nightfall Case Files, and tonight we are looking at one of the most famous and controversial deaths in Hollywood history, the death of Marilyn Monroe. On August 5th, 1962, the world woke up to shocking news. Marilyn Monroe was dead. She was only 36 years old. She had been one of the most recognizable women on Earth, a movie star, a symbol, a face known across America and far beyond it. But behind the fame, Marilyn's life was far more complicated. She struggled with insomnia. She used prescription sedatives, and in the final months, people knew she was vulnerable. The official story says Marilyn died from acute barbiturate poisoning. Her death was ruled a probable suicide. That is the conclusion recorded by authorities. But the reason people still talk about this case is simple. The scene left questions. Marilyn was found in her bedroom at her home in Brentwood. Her housekeeper reportedly became concerned during the night. Marilyn's bedroom door was locked. Her psychiatrist was called. He entered the bedroom by breaking a window. Inside, Marilyn was found dead. Police were notified at 4:25 in the morning, and that timeline has been debated ever since. The room itself became part of the mystery. There were empty pill bottles near the bed. One was Nembutal. An empty bottle that had contained about 50 capsules was found nearby. No suicide note was found. Then came another problem: the documentation. Modern investigators rely heavily on photographs and evidence logs. But in Marilyn's case, the death scene was not documented with the kind of detail people would expect today. Very few photos existed. Recently, a retired cold case investigator looked at the scene again. He said the lack of documentation was the first red flag. In his view, the scene left too many questions. The bed, the placement of objects, the pill bottles, the body position. One of the strangest points involves the pill bottles. The toxicology showed high levels of barbiturates, but some have questioned whether the physical evidence matched a simple oral overdose. The disagreement is part of the mystery. Over the years, many theories appeared. Some involved the Kennedy family. Some involved the FBI or organized crime. The official investigation did not prove a conspiracy. But sometimes a case can be officially closed and still feel incomplete. Marilyn Monroe's death sits in that uncomfortable place. The tragedy is that she became a mystery even in death. People stopped seeing the human being and started seeing the conspiracy, but behind the theories was a real woman. Maybe the question is not only whether someone killed Marilyn Monroe, maybe the system around her failed her long before. More than 60 years later, the truth becomes harder to separate from legend. Was this case solved or simply closed? So tell me, what do you think is the strangest part? The pill bottle? The missing note? Or the poor documentation?